Hello, welcome to WireMock Cloud Academy. It is important to ensure API client code handles unexpected issues when calling dependent APIs. However, it is difficult to make the real API producers respond in deterministic ways to exercise and test the resiliency of our consumer code. Today, we will demonstrate how WireMock Cloud can be used to test API client code resiliency. WireMock Cloud's stateful scenario and chaos features provide easy ways to ensure your client code is resilient to common API provider issues. We'll start our demonstration here with this mock API. It's configured with 4 stubs. The first one here, get thing 1, failure number 1, is configured for a get on the thing 1 endpoint. You'll notice that we've defined a scenario. Its name is retry. It starts in the started state and will move to a new scenario state of failed 1. This mock will respond with a closed socket with no response. Our second failure stub, again, responds to get on thing 1, uses the retry scenario name. The required scenario start state is failed 1, and then it will move on to a failed 2 once it's responded. The response of this one will be to send the 200 response, then bad HTTP data, and then close the socket. The third failure, again configured for a get on thing 1, using the retry scenario. The required scenario state, this mock or this stub to respond, is fail 2, and it will move to fail 3 once it's responded. In this case, we're going to respond back with a 200, but our delay is going to be 4,000 milliseconds. Lastly, we have a successful transaction. Again, a get on the thing 1 endpoint. The retry scenario name, required scenario state is failed 3, and then we'll reset it back to the starting state. This time we'll respond with a 200 status code, our message body, and no delay. Let's see how this works with our client code. I have a small consumer Python application here. It's configured for a maximum retry count of 4. It'll wait 5 seconds between retries. And then we have a max timeout waiting for a request from the producer of 3 seconds. Let's go ahead and run this against the endpoint and see what happens. We can see here that the first request failed, connection aborted, remote disconnected. The second request is an invalid chunk length. Our third request fails due to an HTTPS connection pool issue, read timed out. Our last one is a successful response. Let's look at running this in a slightly different way. We'll move over to our second mock example here. In this case, we have a single success scenario, but this time we've enabled our chaos mode. We currently have the chaos mode percentage of failures configured for 75%, with several different failure types selected. Let's go back to our client code. We'll update our endpoint to point to the new mock API. We'll clear our terminal, and let's run this one more time. Our first request failed. We're going to wait 5 seconds. We got a 400 code on the second one. We got a 400 client code on the third one. And on the fourth one, we also got a 400 client code. And then our connection aborted. We reached our max retry count. Let's run it one more time. And we can see we got a successful response. And one more time for good measure. Connection broken. Connection aborted. Successful response. As you've just seen, WireMock Cloud's stateful scenarios and chaos mode make testing our client code resiliency easy. Try it yourself with a free forever account at wiremock.io.